What you waiting for? What you waiting for? Breakfast? You waiting for breakfast? Good morning. So this morning I am going to put this old trash can out here in the garden to use for composting. I will show you my other ones. I've had them in other videos here and there, but this morning I thought I would just focus on the actual placing of the trash cans and how I actually use them. Once the cans are wore out and they have drainage holes in the bottom, that is when I start using them for compost. And primarily I've been growing potatoes in them over the years. Because the cans produce heat, I can actually set potatoes out much earlier than I would if I was putting them just in the ground. And I compost with everything. Of course, food scraps, eggshells, coffee grinds, potash from the wood stove, a little bit of everything, and it will eventually all compost. And I have not had trouble with any weed seeds from this compost when I have left it in here long enough. This area is not real cute right now, but in the summer and spring I have so many perennial flowers in here that I think the compost bin will look just fine here. And I know the cans don't look real cute, but one of these days, one of my projects is I'd like to paint them. I think it would be fun to make them garden art. Next project today is to get this area cleaned out where the peppers and beans were, so I can plant some irises here so they have a temporary home. Everyone knows how expensive wood is, and I had all these cedar trees that were cut down years ago and just laying in a pile, and they're heavy to move. So basically I rolled them into place, and my sister helped me lift the one on top, and then I put the wire up for the beans to grow on, and I had peppers here this year. But I now have all these bulbs and iris that I bought that have not gotten in the ground, and it's really necessary that they get in. The irises have names written on them, so I'm going to photograph each one as I put it in the ground and then go make plant labels for them, and hopefully I'll get the plant labels out here before that actually wears off, but at least I'll have reference for them when I'm in the house. I can do that inside when I can't be out here, but these came from the American Iris Society, so of Santa Rosa. Some had more information than others, but it's great to be able to identify them. Well, remember when you're planting iris that this part has to stay above the ground, not under. You just want to cover up the roots. They don't like to be wet. They will rot. So just above the ground. And I'm only going to put a light layer of wood chips down. And I am planting them a little close because they're not going to stay here. This is just sort of a temporary home. We'll let them grow and maybe bloom this year, and then towards fall I can move them after I've worked in the garden for the summer and decide exactly where I want them to be. So they're all planted and tucked in for the winter. Look forward to their bloom. Oh, what a gorgeous day. Cannot believe it is January 12th and it's in the 60s. I'm in a short sleeve shirt. I should be in the house, cleaning house and doing house chores because it should be cold. However, it's warm. I'm outside and trying very hard to get a few things done that I was behind on to start with. I know that this isn't going to last much longer, and I'll finally get into the house and get the house chores done that I need to get done. But boy, this is lovely. I'm just gonna take every minute in that I can. This is luxury to have this kind of weather in January. I had a big, lovely Acer tree that I got in Tennessee. I just finished planting that. I still have a few more trees to get planted, but I don't think I'll get to those today. I uncovered the onions and lettuces because the screens that I had on top of them were starting to crush them, so I have to figure out a solution for that. I think it's going to get too cold to not have them covered somehow or another. And see what else. I think that's all I've done so far today is just plant things, and it's just a beautiful day. I just had to sit here for a couple of minutes and say hello. I'm just glad we don't have a ton of snow, and I feel bad for people in the Midwest who had such horrible, horrible storms yesterday and this morning. We did have a rainstorm, but it came through very, very quick, and other than hearing one tree fall down in the woods, we really didn't have any damage. So I kind of like seeing the garden in its bare bones. It gives me a chance to reflect and decide where I want to move things. What do I want to plant? I do rotate crops, so I'll be changing things out this year. Peas and a couple other things still grow in the same place every year, but for the most part I move stuff around. So, solstice. Silly boy. Aren't you a pretty boy?